Assalamualaikum and hi everybody. In video 1, we are going to discuss genetic inheritance. In subtopic, terminologies used in genetic inheritance. With me, Puan Azwin Aziz. Let me start. At the end of video, students should be able to define terminologies used in genetic inheritance, which is an allele, gene, locus, genotype, phenotype, homozygous, heterozygous, dominant, recessive, self-cross, and test cross. We know that many people characteristics are influenced by gene. So, genetic inheritance is study of how traits are passed from parent to offspring, including like a tongue rolling, dimple, cleft chin, and hair color. Therefore, we have come to understand that genes are actually pieces of DNA that are found on chromosome and specified protein. Let us take a look for the first terminologies is gene. Gene is a unit of heredity that is passed from parent to offspring, or known as a secret unit of hereditary information consisting of specific nucleotide sequence in DNA. Next is a locus. Locus is a specific place along the length of a chromosome where a given gene is located. Allele is one of different form of a gene, or any of alternative version of gene that may produce distinguishable phenotype effect. An allele can be present on either one or both of a pair of homologous chromosomes. The next terminology is a dominant. Dominant allele is allele that is fully expressed in the phenotype of a heterozygous. Dominant allele is represented by capital letter A. Thus, if capital A is dominant over small a, then capital A and capital A small a have the same phenotype. Recessive. Recessive is an allele whose phenotypic effect is not observed in a heterozygote. Recessive allele is represented by lowercase of the same letter A. It is only expressed when homozygous, like if small a is recessive over capital A only small a will show the recessive phenotype. Next is genotype. Genotype is the genetic makeup or set of allele of an organism. For example, capital T is given to represent tall. Meanwhile, small t is given a symbol to represent dwarf. Phenotype is the physical characteristic of an organism. Or the observable physical and physiological traits of an organism which are determined by its genetic makeup. For example, in the phenotype is tall or dwarf. The next one is homozygous. Homozygous is referred the same allele and the particular gene locus on homologous chromosome, or when both alleles of a pair are identical. So, homozygous dominant as a pair of dominant allele. Capital A. Meanwhile, homozygous recessive has a pair of recessive allele, which is small a. Homozygous dominant and homozygous recessive, also known as pure breed. Heterozygous is a different allele at a particular gene locus on homologous chromosome, or when the two alleles of a pair are not identical. So, heterozygous has a pair of 9 identical alleles. Capital A, small a. Next one is self-cross. Self-cross is a cross between male and female. During the cross-pollination, this process can take place in the same flower or different flower of the same plant. Last but not least is test cross. A test cross can be used to determine whether an organism with a dominant phenotype is homozygous or heterozygous. If all offspring display the dominant phenotype, the individual in question is homozygous dominant. Meanwhile, if the offspring display both dominant and recessive phenotype, then the individual is heterozygous. That's all for video 1 for terminologies in genetic inheritance. Further explanation we discuss in your tutorial class. Till then, bye!